Welcome back, everyone. All right. I don't even know how to start a sad story, but the entertainment industry suffered a massive loss on Sunday. Friends star Matthew Perry passed away after an apparent drowning at his house, and according to TMZ, his official cause of death is still a mystery. But the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office published their findings on an initial autopsy, and they're deferring his cause of death pending toxicology results and further investigation, which could take weeks to complete. So first responders rushed to his property on a cardiac arrest call, and Matthew was found unresponsive in his hot tub. The exact sequence of events is unclear, but he was eventually declared deceased on the scene. Now, his friends' co-stars are reportedly devastated, as they should be, from the tragic loss, and they're preparing to release a joint statement that has yet to come out.
Oh, it's going to be joint.
Joint statement.
I did not know this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And an industry source told Page Six, quote, "The cast is reeling from the loss of their brother because that's what Maddie was, their brother." It's just
Maddie.
Devastating. I know, right?
Oh, Maddie.
He suffered from drug and alcohol addiction throughout his lifetime, and he opened up about it in his memoir, Friends, Lovers, and the Big Terrible Thing. And he was just 54 years old. And as I was telling Jeremy this morning, when my dad of all people, was watching the news, and he was like, "Did you know Matthew Perry died?" I screamed. I go, "What?" Like, I just could not believe it. I go, "Are you sure? Are you positive? Matthew Perry, as in the Friends guy, you know?" It's just, it's so unexpected.
Because he's younger, 54. I knew he had struggled with things. His book was very telling. He was very honest about it. But I was telling Maddie, my gut instinct, and again, I'm not basing this on fact, like when I heard the stuff, I said, oh, my thought was he probably had a cardiac arrest, a heart attack in the hot tub.
Yes.
And that was, because I'm hoping and praying he was still clean and sober.
I hope so too, and there have been floating reports saying, you know, there were prescription, you know, pills at his house, but it's like, you know, that could be for anything. It could be heart medication. It could be for stress. It could be for anything, so.
And everybody has, any home in America would have prescriptions. It's just not abusing them.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I have prescriptions, prescription medicine from doctors, you know. But it's like, I don't want that to be said about me if they, you know.
Right.
Like, well, yeah, I had some whatever I have. Allergy pills. Even,
Allergy pills, yes,
yeah.
exactly. So it could be a number of things, but as I, said, they're still waiting on a toxicology report. I really hope it comes back clean, just so his last moments on Earth weren't going back to his vices.
Right. No, totally agree. Here's one. I know this is random. It's still on Matthew Perry, but I had a thought too because they kept showing helicopter shots of his house. You know what my takeaway was? He made so much money on Friends. Like, he could live the rest of his life without working. So rich. I thought his house looked very modest for somebody of that wealth stature.
Yeah.
Because usually you see massive two-story mega mansions.
Yes.
And you would think with his wealth, it was a one-story metal roof, had a pool and a hot tub in the back. Like, it was very, to me, for Hollywood, for a star of his stature and wealth, I thought it was pretty modest. I was like, look at the way he lived, just simple. He was just a simple guy. He didn't need that mega mansion, you know, to impress everybody. It was like, and again, it was still probably very expensive in LA.
Yes, definitely.
But when the grandeur of things you see on TV all the time, you're kind of like...
You're like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, obviously wishing him, his family, his friends, literally his friends,
I am
the best.
Very curious about their joint statement, because I'm surprised they're doing it jointly, because you would think each one would have their own tribute to him.
Right. And maybe that's coming.
Okay.
Maybe they're going to do a joint statement and then each, memorialize him. So, okay, let's shift gears because Lance Bass is defending Justin Timberlake following Britney Spears' bombshell memoir, The Woman in Me. Lance and JT famously sang in the group NSYNC throughout the 90s and 2000s, and our friends over at TMZ caught up with him at LAX late last week. And he's saying that everyone needs to calm down and forgive Timberlake for his past indiscretions. As I previously reported, Britney and Justin got pregnant while they were dating in the early 2000s, and he asked Britney to get an abortion because he was, quote, didn't want to be a father at that time. Now, Britney's book has been a smash hit, and Lance is glad she's been able to tell her side of things, joking about copying her and getting Michelle Williams to do the audio version, should he ever write a memoir. Are you wanting a Lance Bass memoir?
No.
Me neither. Sorry.
I'm just being honest with you.
Just being honest. Timberlake has yet to publicly speak out about Britney's book, but if I were him personally, mom's the word. I would just not say anything.
I don't think it's any kind of win situation for JT at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't comment. Almost let it die out.
Yeah,
let it fizzle.
yeah.
As they say, time heals all wounds.
Yes.
Now, it took Britney 20 years to write the book. It's rehashing those wounds.
Yes.
But again, I think it will fade.
For sure. Something else is going to happen,
Yeah.
and it's going to completely blow over. You know?
But I will be honest, not like I don't want to cancel Justin. I'm not trying to be rude to Justin. It does make me look at him in a different light. I was telling Maddie this morning, like, you could see the mega machine of Hollywood music industry pushing him in the early 2000s. You know, they didn't really do that with any of the other NSYNC members, but they were like, okay, we found the person who can make the money, and they elevated him and
Put
made
him on
him,
a
like
pedestal.
she said, the golden boy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then again, I asked this last week with Michael Babcock. I was like, do we judge him as a 40-year-old, or do we judge him as a 21-year-old at the peak of his career, making a decision that could have a lifelong effect?
Hey, Maddie, I don't want anybody judging me at 21.
Right?
Because I was a
Gotta
different
make
person.
mistakes to learn. So.
Well, that's the whole thing, too. I get that side 1,000%. Because
Right.
I know myself at 21, how different I was then. Stupid things you do because you think you know it all. Kids
yeah.
think they know it all.
Yeah.
And to have that much money and fame and success at that age
Right.
totally warps your sense of reality.
Yeah. So, are you on the side of Lance Bass saying everyone should calm down, or do
I mean, yes, I think it's good to know. Like, a lot of people on TikTok were like, I didn't need to know this. I didn't need to. I'm like, but yeah, it's kind of proving the point of what Britney was saying back then, or the rumors going around, because I'm like, listen, it takes two to tango.
Yes.
Both people have their sides of the stories, but it's good to finally hear Britney's story and see
and
what we
share
suspected.
her side of it. Yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I still think
Jada
it's-
Pinkett Smith should not have. Just kidding. She should not have released her memoir.
And it's so hard because, you know, you're young and famous and rich. And I just think child stars have a different mentality.
Yes, and they started as like kids
Yeah.
in the Disney
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse Club.
It's just weird.
Anyways,
Oh, wow.
rest in peace, Matthew Perry
Yes.
and Britney Spears and Justin.